Jamie Warner, certified by Weather8 for the most accurate forecast in the Ozarks.
So I've got to admit, we've had some good weather here this winter. But Jamie, today was the first day I actually had a real honest-to-goodness dose of spring fever. I just felt like I wanted to continue right into, and I know it's not possible.
Well,
I know it's not possible.
There are going to be hiccups along the way, Steve. You know this. I mean, it is still early, but I hear exactly what you're saying. I mean, this was like the first morning in a long time where I went outside and had some coffee. I also walked around in my yard. Daffodils are starting to come up. I actually saw some daffodils that are getting ready to bloom, probably will within about a week or so. Tulips are starting to come up. So the signs are there that spring is around the corner. And today's sign, as Steve said, was that mix of sun and clouds and highs today in the upper 60s. We had 67, now sitting at 60 degrees right now. Winds are light. Conditions are pretty quiet across the United States from coast to coast. A lot of high cloudiness, but we're not finding much in the way of stormy weather. Now, we see a little cloud swirl here south of California. That is going to be the next storm to impact our area, but that's going to be on Wednesday. It's a long way away, so we've still got another day we're going to be able to enjoy quiet weather and mild weather for late February. We do have a front also to our north across Nebraska into Iowa. That's going to dip into the area later tonight and into Tuesday. And that'll have a little bit of bearing on our weather during the day, but not much. Certainly not going to get any rain out of it, and it's not going to cool things down in a big way. Looking at our forecast for tonight into tomorrow, we're going to continue with these waves of high clouds. We're going to find that on Tuesday as well. But all in all, despite the high cloudiness, that's not going to slow temperatures down too much. Tonight, they'll dip into the upper 30s in Springfield with highs tomorrow back in the 60s. Now, I mentioned that front will have marginal impact on our weather in regard to temperatures. It'll be a little cooler up toward Rolla. Looks like low 60s there. Vienna, low 60s. Here in Springfield, 65. And then over toward I-49, Joplin looks like high around 70, maybe 71 tomorrow afternoon. Winds will be breezy or two out of the southeast. Now that storm that's currently located south of California, it kicks out over the next couple of days, moves across our area on Wednesday. Now looking at this thing, the way this thing's going to move through, it looks like it just doesn't have much in the way of instability to play with. There's plenty of wind energy to organize thunderstorms, but there's not much instability to sustain those thunderstorms. So with that said, right now the Storm Prediction Center has outlined an area down to the south in Arkansas for a limited threat of severe weather. I think there will be a very limited threat for some severe weather locally in our area. It would be from about mid-morning through about mid-afternoon on Wednesday, and then those storms will move on off to the east. And at this stage, the game would guess that the mode, if we were to see anything isolated, it would be either hail or possibly some locally strong wind gusts. This is what it'll look like. 10 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, line of thunderstorms moving across I-49. Should arrive here in Springfield sometime between 11 o'clock and noon. And then it looks like by 12 to 1 o'clock, it'll be east of Highway 65. And by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it looks like that line of showers and thunderstorms is starting to exit our eastern counties. And we're actually going to get into some late afternoon sunshine. Now, I can't completely rule out a shower late in the day, but we will have at least some sunshine to enjoy later in the day. As far as rainfall totals with this system, it looks like the higher amounts will tend to be along and north of the interstate, maybe a half an inch to an inch of rainfall there. Lower totals off to the southeast. And temperatures on Wednesday will be mild again. It looks like highs in the mid to upper 60s, maybe 70, 71 in Joplin. Winds are going to be gusty out of the south. Now the pattern ahead after that storm does look colder on Thursday. We're going to have a front moving through early in the day, right around sunrise or before. That's going to send temperatures falling and then stalling. And it looks like we're stuck in the 40s during the day on Thursday after some early morning warmth. Looking at those readings through the weekend, Friday, chilly day. Looks like a kind of a day with a mix of sun and clouds, high of 48. Cloudier this upcoming weekend. Can't rule out a few spotty showers here and there through the weekend. Temperatures slowly climbing, and then the next big storm moves across the area around Monday of next week. Guys?
All right, Jamie, what the country of Turkey just couldn't afford